Ice cream? Do you like ice cream? Because today, when we start looking at the median and the mode, we are going to be talking about ice cream. That's right. Go and think of chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry, and let's get to the math. Here we go. So we're continuing our statistics conversation, and last day we looked at the mean, but today we are looking at the median and the mode. I always think of ice cream. When I say mode, I think of a la mode for ice cream. It makes me hungry. All right, there's my aside. Maybe our stats today will be about ice cream. That'd be kind of cool. I do want to make sure, though, that you did understand the other part of this. There's always, the three always go together. So the mean, remember, is just the average. So just as a little reminder of what that is. So we're taking a look at the median. So let's look at what that means. So I'll give you the kid version. It's basically the middle number. Okay, so that's what you're looking at. You're going to line all the numbers up, and you're going to say this is the one that's in the middle. And when we're talking about mode, it's the most occurring, most frequent. So which one comes up the most? So we have the average, we have the middle number, and we have the most frequent. Shall we get into some examples? Yes. Yes, we shall. So here we go. All right, well, one thing that we are going to bring back, we haven't seen him for a very long time, is we're going to bring back good old Math Bear. So here's Math Bear. There's Math Bear, and I know you guys have all been like, where has Math Bear been? Where has he been? Which is a really, really good question. So let's go and just kind of bring him out here. So, here's Math Bear. We'll kind of color in this. Don't forget, and then we'll get some really dark stuff for your nose there. And maybe some eyes. There we go. Yes, he does need eyes, right? He needs eyes, doesn't he? And he looks pretty happy there. He's doing well. Math Bear is doing pretty well. And we're going to be looking at ice cream, I guess, today. I said we were going to look at ice cream. So, ooh, he's like, I love ice cream. And Math Bear loves ice cream so much that he eats a lot of ice cream. And we asked him, how many ice creams do you eat each month? So Math Bear said, oh, well, how many do I eat? Well, there's all these months in the year: January, February, March, April, May, June. There's July, there's August, September, October, November, and oh, I love December. And he said, well, how many ice creams do you go and eat? Well, in January, he went and ate 12. That was pretty exciting. And then February, he kind of cut back a little bit, and he had 10. Then he got really excited in March. He had 20 ice creams. And in April, he kicked up a notch. He had 25. And then they had 13 more in May. And then June was getting really hot. So he went pretty big there. So he had 30. He had 30 in both those months. And then he started to kind of taper off just a little bit. In September, he kind of cut back completely. And then he said, oh, you know what? I'm going to kind of keep that level. I'm going to keep that level because I think that's a pretty good way to go. And, he does that for a little while, but then he's like, oh, I got really excited again. And he said, yeah, there we go. 30 more. Great. So we're going to use this data. So there's some stats, and we're going to go and figure out what the median is. So let's do the median. And for the median, one thing that you do need to do is you need to take all of your data points and you need to line them up in order. So let's go and go from the smallest. So we're going to line them up. And we'll say there's 10. And then what was there next? 12, 13. And then there was some 15s, right? How many 15s were there? You got to list all of them. So I think there was 3 of them. There's 3 of them. And then there's a couple of 20s. Couple of 20s. There was a 25. And then I think there were, how many 30s were there? I think there were 3 30s. So there you go. Is that 12 numbers? I always like to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, there's 12 numbers. So we're going to figure out the median. And remember, that's the middle number. So this is interesting, right? You're looking at 12 numbers. So there's 12 numbers. So the middle one, is which? Well, is it the sixth number is the middle number? We'll take a look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here's the sixth number. To be the median, that means there must be the equal amount of numbers on the left and on the right. So there's 5 numbers here, isn't there? There's 5. And how many numbers are here? 6 numbers. So is this really in the middle? No, it's not. Now an easy way to go and figure out the median is doing this. Start crossing them off from the edges. And obviously on a computer and a tablet, I can magically erase this stuff pretty easily. But if you keep going back to this, and then you get to the very end, you're like, oh, look at that. There's 2 numbers here. Boom. So what do you need to do here now? You need to go and figure out what the average is of those 2. So what's the mean? Ooh, I'm glad you asked. Well, how do we go and figure that out? Hopefully you watched the other previous videos. To figure out the mean of that, I would go 15 plus 20, and I would divide it by the number of values, so there's 2. So that would give me, what would that give me? 35, and I divided that by 2. So I'm going to get the awesome answer of 17.5. And that would be considered my median. So when you do get that kind of situation, you would actually have to go and figure out the mean. So our little median would be 17.5. Now, magic of disappearing things. There they all go. Bye-bye. See you. Oh, apparently there's a limit to how many things I can erase. All right, that's fine. Let's go into mode. So we just figured out what the median was, 17.5, which is the middle number. So 17.5. But now I got to figure out the mode, and the mode is the one that occurs the most. So let's go and get some, I don't know, some happy green numbers. So take a look at which numbers occur the most. Well, there's 2 20s here. That's pretty exciting. There's 3 15s, and there's 3 30s. So look at that. There's 2 numbers that appear 3 times. So what do you do with that? You choose both of them. So you would say the mode is 15 and 30. So the most occurring. Now again, stats always can tell a story. So, and we didn't even go and add up the mean. If you wanted to do the mean, you would add up all of Math Bear's ice creams. So add up all the ice creams that he ate in total for the entire year. And I mean, he was pretty hungry. And I'm just slowly doing this. I'm using a calculator actually right now. And you know what it ends up being? He ate 235. 235 ice creams. That's a lot of ice cream. 235. So if I divided this though, divided it by 12, the number of months. If I did that, then I would get how many ice creams he ate per month on average. And we would say basically 19.6. I did some rounding, but about 19.6. Like that. So we got some different measures of central tendency here. We have our median, our mode, and our mean. And you can use all of those things to tell a different story. For instance, you could say, well, for Math Bear, usually he either ate 15 or 30 ice creams a month. Is that true? Yes. For the most part, those were the most frequently occurring ones. You could also say, on average, Math Bear ate almost 20 ice creams a month. 19.6 if you really want to be specific. And then the median, of course, 17.5, is that, he typically ate 17 and a half ice creams. Because that one occurred right in the middle. Right, the middle of all of his ice cream eating adventures. So you can use all those different kinds of numbers to start to tell a story. And calculating the mean, median, and mode is important, and something that you'll probably be using for quite a long time. Hope you enjoyed, and tell me in the comments, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream? Whew. All right, so you want to go grab an ice cream cone? Me too. Hope you enjoyed, and remember, you can always go and check out other videos. Subscribe, go look around, and hopefully you learned a little bit about the median, mode, and oh yeah, the mean as well. Happy ice creaming. Till next time, have a great day.